All right, folks, don't look now, but 5 sectors in the S&P, out of the 11, 5 are outperforming technology this year. And my next guest says this is actually a good thing. I'm going to bring in Belpointe Chief Strategist David Nelson. All right, David, let's start with just, the disappointments in that whole tech sector. Everyone seems like they're abandoning Apple right now. A part of me gets excited when everyone dumps a stock or says the play is over, but I haven't done anything with it. Are you looking at it?
I own it in a very, very small way. It's not my favorite stock. It looks like they've missed maybe the most important technology revolution in a generation. But over the last month, it's actually outperformed NVIDIA, and just fractionally in that.
Fractionally. We'll take small victories.
Real small. Very small victories.
In the last hour, it's been killing it. You can change it to some other financial channels and get that. Hey, did you see in the last 3 minutes the biggest winners? But on the list, also somewhat intriguing, although not necessarily surprising, I looked at this 503 stocks. So 500 is the worst is Boeing. 502 worst is what's the 500? Tesla, right? So Boeing, we're not surprised. It's in the headlines every day as a disaster. I know that, you're a pilot. Everyone always asks you about Boeing, I'm sure. What are you telling them?
Look, they certainly dropped the ball. I tell them go somewhere else because it's going to take an iconic leader, and already Larry Culp has said he's not going there.
Right, we had that discussion.
And we had that discussion. Yeah. I would like to see him there, but it's going to take somebody to change the culture there. It can be done. And that's going to be the entry point for the shares.
You mean someone like the old, like a Jack Welch, though, someone to come in and fire a whole lot of people, not for performance, not for to save money, but because to point, root out the bad habits that
the culture has developed over the last decade, where they're focused on share price. There's a fine balance between aircraft delivery and safety. They've clearly crossed that line.
Right, and I think that there was a big mistake to take someone off the board who oversaw all the hijinks in the first place. All right. Are you looking at anything in tech right now?
Look, I own a lot of tech, but right now...
Are you looking at anything new, though? I just started to show relative strength. Tech is starting to come down a little bit. Anything starting to say, all right, getting to that sweet spot, maybe?
I own so much tech, I don't think I can handle much more. The closest thing to new tech that I bought is Best Buy. It's a turnaround play. And over the last month, it's actually dividends are outperforming. It's the most important factor over the last month. And you look at what's going on. When I look at a dividend stock, I want to see, one, that it's supportable. Number two, that there's something going on in this company that can re-rate the shares. And that's happening at Best Buy.
Really?
We already had 3 analysts just in the last couple of weeks upgrade the shares. JP Morgan, Goldman, and others.
Yeah, my experiences there just get worse and worse. But then again, that's almost everything.
I was just there. I had a great time.
Really?
I had a very good experience. Last time I was in an Apple store, I was talking to a salesman. He took a break in the middle of the sale.
Let's talk about CCJ, because that's a name I know that you're buying, or a name that you like.
I like it a lot.
What's moving that?
It's pretty clear we're going to have to broaden our view on energy, because there's this battle going on between fossil fuel and alternative energy. But we're going to need an alternative energy supply that can handle the increasing demands of the electric grid. That's going to have to be nuclear. And
this is a play on uranium.
It's uranium, but the good news here is Canada. A lot of the uranium supply is in parts of the world where there's a fair amount of geopolitical instability. Last time I looked, Canada's still a friend.
Still, yeah, as long as we keep those borders open. I can't let you go without asking about this CPI number. Everyone's got an opinion on it. I just have Francis Donald say, don't worry about when the cuts are happening. They will happen. And that, that's when, unless it's abrupt, that's when investors start looking to be opportunistic.
I'm not as sure. History shows that it usually takes a market event before the Fed actually does something. And I'll go one step even further, is that now PMI data is in expansion territory. In the last half century, the Fed has never initiated a cutting cycle while the PMI was above 50.
But the PMI went there after 16 months, right? And
doesn't matter. It's there.
Okay.
It's there.
Okay.
And Neil Kashkari comments. I'm not a fan of his.
Sure.
But that's the.
But you guys have the same barber.
Yes, we do.
All right, Dave. Thanks a lot, my man.
Thank you.
Talk to you soon.